have to make sure say me sweet
Boy.
up and all them something there. I make sure say everything good, you know, cause it's a
Right, right,
special
right.
occasion,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
I'm very sorry for being late, but it's never too late for blessings, don't it?
Right.
N-
Yeah, yeah. Of
Never
course,
too
it's
late
okay.
for blessings. Never too late. So how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. I'm happy that Nubian mentioned to you that thank you for taking the time out to be with us here tonight.
Right.
And what I want to just start off, because normally we don't do interviews, we do chit chat.
Hmm.
And for the
Right.
couple of 45 minutes, we have been playing some of your songs. And the catalog
Hmm.
is so long. So before we even get into anything, I would just like them to even hear a verse of even two of your songs to let them know that this is no carbon copy thing.
This is not a carbon copy. Come on now.
All right. Oh boy, we have so many. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hold on, DJ Benson, to the end. You are sure to get through it once again. If you knew how much I love you,
Woo!
how much I need you, you wouldn't stay away. I need you when my world is full of darkness and blue. I need you when I'm sad and need a place to run to. And you don't know, baby, me now broke your heart a second time. Give me the blame, cause the whole of it a mine. I really, really love you. Yeah, you know, say me love you. Yeah, the real thing, you don't know.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Lady Flames.
You know,
What a
you know,
blessing.
she make me a sob.
Yeah, yeah, you're sweating.
Yeah, you make me nervous. I can't even sit down good for me chair. But no lie.
Oh my God, Lady Flames. I would love to know what inspired you to become the wonderful musician that you are today.
Oh wow. I would say it's in my blood. It's in my family line. All of us have to do something with music. So growing up, it wasn't even like a decision of mine.
Oh, wow.
So,
Really?
You just
yeah, I've
born
been
into it.
singing from the age of 2. Yeah, so from 2 years old, when them realized that me can't sing, and then as I gotten older, a little bit older, I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather was the pastor. So I grew up in a very religious background.
Aha.
So I started to sing from within church. So, that's where all of the, strong vocals and all of that come from, of course. I've been singing from the age of 2 within church and coming up and stuff until, I decided to venture off and do other types of music. But yeah, definitely. So I didn't really decide this. That's
Wow.
all I knew how to do
You was
from that age
ordained.
come
You
up.
was ordained, honey.
Yeah. So,
Of course, that was your blessing. That was your calling.
So
hmm
with the gospel songs that you started out with, as you mentioned, you started
Right.
from the age of 2. I noticed
Yes.
that the catalog of gospel songs is huge, is
Hmm.
massive, and you have
Oh, yeah.
there are some songs that to be honest with you, I didn't know
Mhm.
you are the one who did them because some of them are on my playlist
Yeah.
and I didn't have any names.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I have some
Hmm.
songs that I'll have to change, and this is Lady Flames. So what
Hmm.
age you started actually doing the recordings?
Well, I started, I would recording,
Yeah.
Yes.
like as in studio,
Yeah,
would
Yes.
yeah.
have to be, I tell everybody, say me at 19, but
Hmm.
I've been around for a while.
Yeah. It
But
might have been
that
earlier than that.
started yeah, yeah, yeah. I trust me, every year I'm 19. But
So this
at
year
the
you're how
age
much?
of, I want to say, yeah, yeah. So this year I'm 19 too. But at the age of about I'm gonna say maybe 18, 18, which
Mm.
is like, after high school. Because as far as doing working, and recording in the studio, because I grew up in the sound system culture. So when as far as reggae music go and dancehall music go, I mostly was singing and recording on the sound systems at first. And back then you have the tape deck and everything,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
and
yeah.
used to record them with it. And I'm even on LPs and stuff like that. So that tells you like my age a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm
Yeah.
on record. You know what I mean? So I started like that. And
Okay.
then the studio stuff started to come in where when I taken the liking of doing dub plates and stuff. So the different sound systems, and stuff would bring me into the studio to record dubs, and that's when shortly after that is when I started to record singles.
Ah.
So right.
Okay,
So
so
I would say pretty much at maybe at the age of 18, somewhere up there as far as in the studio.
I'm not 19.
No, not 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so okay, so your first single recording was which gospel
Hmm.
song it was?
Say it again.
Which was your first recording of a gospel
So
song?
one of my
Which one
first
it was?
recordings I could think of, for gospel.
Yeah,
So my as far as in the genre gospel,
yeah,
that began about as far as me having any singles released, that began about 6 years ago. So it was like right before the whole pandemic stuff.
yeah,
um
Uh-huh.
that is that is when that began, because we were actually working on a reggae album, and we were working on like the last song.
Oh,
And
okay.
we said we kind of wanted like a, almost like a Till Shiloh type of thing, you know what I
yeah,
mean, like,
yeah,
Buju Abbott.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Ah.
at that time, like, this was the type of song that dropped into my spirit and stuff, and the music and everything, and I just like put it down like on my little, my little personal studio thing, and I sent it to management, and we were like, yeah, this is bigger than this. This has to be like, this is a different lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we put it down and said, all right, we're gonna get back to that because it's a different lane. And what we
Yeah.
were doing was, reggae.
Mm-hmm.
But the put on what we put on, it's like God said, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somehow, my little pong pong with me do, right?
Mm.
Yes.
Which is not even like, it wasn't even like, like professionally recorded and everything, because it's just my ideas. We always do blueprints first before we do, go in and get everything done.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow is my blueprint will leak out to the world.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it just starts
Wow.
sending around. It just starts sending around per WhatsApp or everywhere. Nobody never know who sing it. You know what I mean? Nobody never know. It just, and the song just start just like, it just starts spread like wildfire everywhere.
Oh,
And it's not
wow.
until, I mean, for a couple months, good. And till people all take it up and I try to say at them, I feed them song and
Uh,
come with story and all that. And it's not even theirs. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like when we realized that it was, we didn't even know it was like leaked and out there. When we realized it was out there, is because we started to get calls for shows. And,
Okay.
Ah.
the people were saying, yeah, the name of our show is God Answers Prayers. And, this song is number one in the Cayman Islands. It's been number one for how many months? And, and I was like, what? I
Oh,
was like, what?
amazing.
you know?
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, and it's been number one in Jamaica that play everywhere. I said, what? So when they
Wow.
tell us that, like, I had to hurry up and me
Yeah.
say, yo, I have to put my face to it, make people know it's me. So I had
That's
to
it.
hurry up and do a little video clip, and I did it in my car. You know what I mean? I sang little parts of it
Yes.
and let everybody know it's me. And then when I saw how much, I mean, like 100,000 views towards that
Wow.
little clip, because that means people is researching the
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Most
That's
definitely.
We,
it.
like, we flew because we were on our way to Jamaica to deal with some promotion. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as we got there, we said, yo, we have to deal with this fast, and we get the rhythm. I think that was like the fastest song we ever, like, so we get the rhythm making everything. I voiced it there and I released it. That's the fastest song we ever released. Like, all of that
Wow.
was done in a few days. And
Wow.
that's my biggest song to date right now. Right now it's over 1 billion streams,
Is it?
over
Wow.
1 billion on all platforms. That
Jeez.
song opened the door for me, you know what I mean? And let people know. you know, and it really skyrocketed my career, opened the door for me as far as gospel music,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
made me very prominent within gospel music, and you know, and it came at a perfect time because like that's pre-COVID, you know what I mean?
Yes, that's it.
So it's like God said, yeah, me want to use your voice in a them time, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
And
lovely.
so after that, we put together my first album, which is God Answers Prayer. That's my very first album I've ever done.
And look, he
And
answered your prayers.
yeah, we put that together. And since then, you know, for a good, you know, we did a wonderful. I'm still doing gospel music, but like we was just like through that whole time, it's just like hits after hits after hits after hits, and it was just, you know what I mean? It's just amazing. Like the song is my testimony. So God do answer prayer. You know what I mean?
For sure,
so
for
So
that
sure.
that is
yeah, so it just skyrocketed from there and everything. And then people was like, "Oh, I did see him Lady Flame," because during that time we did like a little, you know, a quick little reinvention. I say, you know what? All right, we'll get straight to the point and take off Lady and just say Da Flame. Because
okay.
before
Okay.
that I was Lady Flame. You know what I mean? And then
Oh,
we said, "I will do Da Flame," because you know we said, yeah, because that's interesting and that's, you know, something
yeah.
was seem very, you know,
So
upbeat. And then trust me, that flame right now. Trust me, that flame I run the place, and then it's like it's like you know what I mean. I was like, but I still have followers and fans, and because I have music released under the name Lady Flame, so we
Ah,
decided to merge both names. That way, it doesn't matter who you search for, I'm gonna come up.
that's
So
it.
that's
okay.
why I have Lady the Flame today. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
reason why.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that
but
that
hmm
particular song that you're talking about, it was it
yeah.
still or God answer prayers?
She said, God
God
answer
answers prayer.
prayers.
So
Okay.
She
still
said,
now is the second runner
Second,
up.
oh, the
No.
second runner.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That song is okay. God Answer Prayer was pre COVID, like I said to you,
Yeah, so
about
Okay.
maybe a
pre-COVID,
year and a
yeah.
half pre
Okay.
COVID. But this is still, I wrote that song and we produced that song within COVID. You
Okay.
know, that is one of my COVID songs. Is
Oh,
still, and that's a second, you know, most loved one as far as,
Okay.
you know, a lot of my traditional gospel goes. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed that you speak with an accent. But were you born in Jamaica or or what? Or
Okay, so
yeah.
for a lot of people, okay, so here it is.
Yeah.
I was born within Washington, D.C., in the United States of America.
Yeah.
My
uh-huh.
family, my whole entire lineage is from Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
So I am the first generation born of foreign.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, you
Okay.
know what I mean? So that's why there's a mix. And then, of course, when you know when granny raised you or your grandparents raised you, you know that go already. They're deep in the culture
That's
and
it.
they make sure that you grow up in the culture.
That's
So
it.
yeah,
Okay, so where do you reside right now? Are you in Jamaica or
yeah.
US?
I reside in the U.S. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
still in
okay,
the
right.
U.S. I'm still in the DMV. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cool.
That mean if you grow with your granny, you can make pudding and all them thing there and drops and
Yeah,
them
man,
stuff.
me can, yeah, me can turn my hand there. Me can, yeah. I'm very fashionable.
Oh, oh
How
my
would you
days.
describe your artistic style?
Wow. Sometimes it can be confusing, but it's a good confusion because literally, and I thank God for this. Like the gift He has given me
Yeah,
is like I feel like it's no boundaries to it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I'm not in no type of box, especially when it comes to music. And you know, I know a lot of people like the different sides of me, and that's why it's very important that I show them so that people can see, say, oh wow, she can do that too. So I just feel like as long as it's music, you know what I mean,
yeah.
and it's positive and it's sound good, I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to do it. You know, because I'm a lover of music. I love everything from the old to to you know the
Yeah,
new.
to the new, yeah.
And yeah, so as far as that go, and then I don't know, like with me, I'm born in June, which is next month.
Yes, me too, me
And
too.
so I'm a
When in
Gemini,
June?
so
Come on now. When in June, Lady the Flames? When in June? Ending
the
or the beginning?
13th.
The 13th. All right, I'm the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the end. I'm the end.
Yep.
We're
Oh,
summer
okay.
babies. We're summer babies.
Yes, so we're gems, you know what I mean? And
That's
then,
it.
you know, I'm like we're awesomely talented and you know and gifted, and for me, I don't know if it's like the different personalities or whatever, but
Yeah.
you know, that's how I am in music, you know what I mean? Because
Yes.
I can sing, DJ, rap, right? All of that, and I have
Yes,
different voices.
that's it.
And I'm known for like sounding close to or near to whoever, like depending on what I'm doing. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? Like I mentioned earlier, I'm known within the Sound Clash fraternity. Big up all of the sound man, them everybody, every DJ. If I start name, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Big
But
them up
I'm
each
known
and
in
every
there.
time.
I'm the dub queen. So I
uh,
flip a lot of dubs and create different. You know what I mean? That's a very part of music that I love to do. And that's close to me. And coming up or growing up, people that I idolize, such as Whitney Houston, Lauryn Hill, all those people, you
yeah,
know what I mean? You place those people as like the top bar.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you say,
yeah.
all right, after reach that bar there, I'll go above that bar there. You know what I mean? Nothing below. So that's how I look at myself as far as music. I really try to hit hard, come good
Yeah, that's
or
right.
great.
That's right.
Yeah, in whatever I'm doing, like it don't even matter. Like if I'm gonna sing 60s, that goes sound like we're in the 60s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
So, whatever it is, you got to make the music feel like, you have to make the people feel what you're trying to put out in the music
true.
and
That's it.
connect with it.
How
So,
d- how
yeah.
did how did the Phyllis Dillon? Why did you choose such an artist as such an iconic artist that I
Right.
realized that she's one of the person that a lot of persons overlook in the music industry, but yet still has paid her
Hmm.
dues in the music industry. How did you come about in choosing such an iconic singer that a lot of people don't pay attention to?
Underrated.
Right.
Underrated.
Right. Well, it wasn't really my idea. It was management. So Robon, big up yourself. That's Robon
Big
Productions.
up management.
Yeah, management big up.
Yeah, that's he's the other half, and he's the mad scientist. We're mad scientists in the lab when it comes to that. And I've always said, like from years ago, that I've always, 'cause I love "Don't Stay Away,"
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I've always wanted to sing that,
that's a big,
over,
big
because that's one
tune.
of yeah, that's one of
Mm.
my favorite from her. And then he loves Perfidia,
Ah,
and Win or Lose is a classic. Everyone loves that one, and
Yeah.
I
yeah.
perform that one a lot, like when I do, when I'm doing reggae shows. So it
Ah,
was his idea. He said, you know what, I think, because like I said, I was doing a major run within gospel music, and we wanted to infuse so that people know, say, I do all kind of music. So a good bridge would be, you know what I mean? He thought that would be a good bridge,
yeah,
to
yeah.
where, okay, let's just come out with classics.
That's it.
And so we decided to put, yeah, a medley, to do it as a medley. And those were the three hit songs, and all three of those are hits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I
for
was like,
sure.
yeah, and then he came up with the idea that he's gonna slow down the songs a little bit so that it just like glide into each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way we created the beat, so that it's like, you don't even realize it, and then that's his selecting ability. Cause when you play a song, oh, that go already off a mix, and
Yeah, for
so it's
sure.
just like, that's what we did as far as the production goes, so
Uh-huh.
that it just like slides straight through
Oh,
into
cool.
each song. Yeah, and I mean that song was running the charts, number one in New York, on the TFRN charts, and in Florida, it's been running the charts there, and you know what I mean. It's over. I believe it's over 200,000 views
Wow.
so far. Yeah, that was released last year. You know what I mean, prior to our Lovers Rock EP. So
Ah.
big up, yeah, big up Sony, and definitely big up Sleepy. They're part of the project as well, and that was a major thing for me, because
Yes.
I love Phyllis and her work, and anytime you do over somebody's work, you want to make sure that you do it, you know what I
That's
mean,
it.
great.
That's it. That's
And
it. No, no
the
pressure.
feedback, yeah, no pressure.
It,
Yeah, the feedback, it's all been good.
Yeah.
The only feedback that you could say, well, it's not even bad, because what if say, well, you not drop our next one in. I'm like, you can't make this song 10 minutes long.
Oh my God. Yeah, that is not
But you
criticism.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
was
They
like, you
want
can't. But
more.
to get the nod from like the original producers
yeah.
Wow.
of the track, and
That's
he even shared it on his
amazing.
playlist as well and everything. And he's like, yo, y'all did an awesome job. Like, it's a major accomplishment,
Really
and
is.
I'm
Well done.
very, very, very happy about that project. Like, that's
You know,
one of our big.
yeah,
Mhm.
I have to make a special shout out to the management and, your other
Yes.
half who came up with the idea. Because when I listen to the song, right, I'm
Mhm.
the type of person who, if you don't have a good ear for music, you don't know music. You understand what I mean? You have to
Right.
have a good
Right.
ear.
Yeah.
And then when I heard it, I was blown away by the way how you did it and everything just
The
flowed.
delivery was,
Mhm.
yeah, it was just,
And that's why
Yeah.
I said that is one of the songs that really is a song that I admire the way how you did it, because when I even
Mhm.
made the comparison with Phyllis Dillon, because
Mhm.
what about when Phyllis Dillon was performing? She was not
Right.
being recognized in Jamaica as how she was recognized in England. And I
Right.
and
Right.
I
Right. Right.
remember clearly one year David Radigan had a clash, and he draw
Mhm.
for Phyllis Dillon for a 1-for-1, which in a lot of
Mhm.
persons didn't even know it
no.
and didn't
Mhm.
even recognize it. It's just a Lovers Rock persons who will
Yeah.
listen to Lovers Rock on a regular basis will know that, look, this is a song that has cemented its place in history
That's it.
until
Yes.
she
Yes.
passed away. Then
It's a
this,
classic.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then with
Classic. Yeah.
your rendition of it, it's over the roof. You know, it's over Blue Mountain. It's
Oh
over
wow.
Blue Mountain. Yeah.
Well,
What?
yeah, like you said, big up to Robin Productions. It's his strategy, and we put our heads together, and yeah, it's my voice, and we come together, and like I said, it's an awesome project. What I like about it, it infused the sound of then and today.
Yes.
So what I mean, it's like an infusion of both times.
Yes.
So for those that are living here that remember that, it's like a retro,
Yes.
Yes.
retro kind of feel you get. And for those
Yes.
that are here now, it's like, what? All right.
Yes.
So that's what I love about it.
Yeah. What I wanted to find out as well, do you ever experience any of creative mental block when it comes to music? Do you write your own music?
Yes, I do. Yep,
Ah.
98% of my music that I sing, I write.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, only 1% would be covers, which we have very few of those,
Hmm.
as you know, out there.
Yeah.
And 1%, the other 1% is maybe one or two producers that I've had, like for instance, Richie Stevens will come to me,
Yes, yes.
came to us with a project and that's already written, so it just needs my voice.
Yes, that's right.
But that's very few. The majority of the work that's out there is 98% me. All original.
Oh, but
Yep, all written by me. Yeah.
do you ever find that you have a mental block, or do you find it quite easy no matter what emotions or whatever you're going through in your personal life? Do you find it quite easy flowing to write your music, no matter what the mood is?
Well, that's a good question. Sometimes I wouldn't say like really a mental block, but sometimes like I know because I've been doing it for so long. I have to position myself and change my environment to
Yes,
accommodate what I'm trying to get done.
that's it.
Because the night is loud around you sometimes,
It's
and there's so
true.
much
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
True. True.
Yeah,
And I'm a mom. I have a family life.
that's
I
it.
also work, and I have all them things going on. So, sometimes you have to take that little time to yourself,
Yep.
quiet place. Or me, I love being outside and walking, amongst nature, because I feel like
Ah.
when I'm outside, I just feel like the whole sky I'm a brain, so we can't just think like that. Just
Oh,
open up,
wow.
like.
Yeah, that
You
is
know
a
what I mean?
great way to put
So
it.
yeah, so I just feel like sometimes it's just changing your environment, and then sometimes it's what happened in your environment that give you that
Yes,
that
inspiration.
True.
creativity
True.
right then. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. That's absolutely fantastic. I find it really
Mm.
interesting, with artists when it comes to writing their own material, because I just feel like, with life challenges, to focus
Mhm.
sometimes could be challenging, but you got a great strategy there. Just go outside
Mhm.
and, the sky is your brain. What a great way to put
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So is there any artist that you would love to collaborate with, or no?
Wow. There's many,
Yeah,
because like I said, I have many sides to me. I'm multi-genre.
that's
So,
it.
I would love to definitely Barris is one I would love to do some
Oh
work with.
yeah.
Busy
Oh yeah.
is another one. Boy, depending on what type of music we're talking, you know what I mean? I love Lauren
Even
Hill. Love
gospel.
to do some.
Even gospel. Do
Hmm?
you know what I mean? What about
Oh yeah,
gospel? Yeah.
gospel. Wow. CC Winans would be good,
Oh
I
yeah.
believe. Um, Who else?
What about the sisters?
Maybe Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin. I would definitely love to do
Oh,
something with
hell
Kirk
yeah.
Franklin because me love, me just love him headspace when it comes to music and creativity. I love that. You know what I
He's
mean? And
so
he's funny, he's
bouncy, isn't he?
exciting. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yes,
love it. He's so bouncy. He's got a lot of energy, you know.
yes,
Yes, and that's
yes.
what you want. You want people to, because that is what praising the Lord's about, isn't it?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. I'm gonna put him at the top.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, and there's others, I would love to work with. You know what I mean? Neo. Wow. What's his name? I love. Oh God, what name again? I can't remember his name now. But it's what I mean. So many people. It's because I like I said, I'm multi-genre, so I love so many different musics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
many
yeah.
different types of music. I'd love to do jazz,
Oh,
country. All
yeah.
those things. Yeah.
I mean,
So that's
once
why I
you're
was
a
telling you
lover,
I don't think to limit myself
that's it.
when it comes to that. Yeah.
Okay, you know the song with the cargo, which right now
Yes.
two times,
Mhm.
which in your song is
Mhm.
been
Second
played.
time.
Yeah, second time. Your song.
Get it
Yeah.
right, Benson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They call it the two times rhythm
Yeah,
for
yeah,
some
yeah.
Right.
reason.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
two times rhythm. And your song
Mhm.
now in Jamaica is been
Mhm.
played after Cargo's song. It's like the answer to Cargo's song.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Which it was. That was the idea. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But what's fascinating is it's not the ordinary approach.
yeah,
And that's what is exciting because now it stirs up many conversation because his song already stirs up a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my answer just like prolongs the conversation. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and what it does, I'm gonna tell you really quick. Cause the song just like we just dropped it like it's only 1 week now,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, like the responses I'm getting, the comments and everything, it really lets you know where a lot of us is emotionally.
yeah,
Oh,
How times has changed, and it's
yeah.
like it really, because I'm like, okay, trust me, because some people like, what? And then I say, sorry, me not. I'm like, if remember said this song, well, the way on me answer him, I'm taking responsibility, full
Yes,
yeah,
responsibility,
yeah,
right?
that's it.
Yeah, full responsibility. I'm holding myself accountable,
That's it.
which enough of we don't do.
Yes, it's true.
true,
You know what I
true,
mean?
true.
And here's the next biggest thing. Me also a show of vulnerability, which is
Yes,
the
Yes.
yes,
next
yes,
big thing when enough of we not do.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
true. It's
You
true.
know what I mean? So
That's
it's
right.
just that's what makes the whole thing like exciting. It's good to see what people like, and I feel good showing them like, yo, it's okay. You can be. That's what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do, especially with your partner where you're already.
yeah,
I be
yeah.
intimate and I give you the whole of your body to anywhere.
Yes.
Like really?
Exactly. It's true. It's true. It's very true. It's not all the time you can be wrong and strong, you know?
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
yeah,
it's becoming a culture thing.
Yes,
And
it is.
when you listen to the conversation, what I mean. That's why I like it because it get people talking,
Yes.
so we can talk about what I mean, what's going on, and because you don't want the kids to grow up so.
Yes,
What I mean? We
exactly.
grew up, we already, whatever happened to us in our life, and that's why a lot of us put up walls and stuff. But, in all fairness, we can remember with granny and with grandparents, them and stuff like that, and great grands or whatever, and they were living more loving than we,
It's true.
true, true.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what was his reaction when you said, "Listen,
Oh, goodness.
I have a song on the rhythm"? What was his reaction like?
Oh, my, him love it. You know what I mean? So I put it up. He loves it. Like I said again,
Yeah,
it's a response that's not expected because the reality is a lot of people don't apologize and take accountability. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So him love it. The man say right now, you are every man girl. Oh my goodness.
GMPC
Like,
live.
big up yourself, Cargo. Trust me. Him say,
Yeah.
yo, that is it. That's all we want. That's all we want to take, accountability. Say sorry. That's all we want. Like, I mean, and he said,
Him love that
apology
thing, him
accepted.
love that thing when a woman apologize.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, that's why it's perfect title. Second time. We are go again.
Yeah,
Second time.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true, man. That
Yeah,
is
so
true.
he was very excited. And I think he just appreciates the fact that you know what I mean? The song complements his song and it's not a counteraction.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It complements the song. Um, I did some wordplay in there, of course, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But and featured basically the way I created this song is so that it has to like it's a fit, it's a pair with his song. You know what I mean? That's the way I created it. I basically use a lot of his melodies, a lot of
Yes.
his flows, so that
Hmm.
you know that it complements his song.
That's it.
So if you play this song, you have to play that one, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
marriage.
true,
It's a
true. It's a
marriage.
Yeah.
marriage.
It's a they say yeah like you, trust me, you're like the 50th person I heard that said that. And it's real talk. And real musicians will understand that and say, yo,
Yeah.
yep. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
marriage right
Yeah.
there. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
What has been the most pivotal moment of your career? Would you say?
Wow, that's major. I don't know. I'm living one now.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And
Which is really great.
yeah, I'm living one now because
Ooh.
like I said, I'm multi-genre, so
Yeah.
we're like strategically, like I said, I'm major in gospel, and that's another pivotal because I was doing, I'm still doing reggae music and dancehall, but that's what I was known for before. So doing gospel, like a lot of people, it surprised a lot of people, but it
Yeah.
shows again, my abilities, and that was a great, in that part of my career, I have X amount of accomplishments, certifications and all of that, awards and
Yeah.
all of
Wow.
that stuff, being awarded by prime ministers and all kind of things. I mean, I can't even ask for more. Like I said, my biggest hit, even today, is from there. You know what I mean? Just knowing that a billion people, more than a billion streams, they're listening to that daily. I mean, monthly when you see the numbers, how much millions? I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to, like I said, my dream is, as a musician to be known and remembered for, touching people's hearts wherever they are with the
That's it.
music that I do. Connecting with people all over the world so that great music is supposed to be valuable so that whether you're alive or gone or whatever, it still
Lives
is
on.
valuable. It still lives on and it's still just as powerful as the first day
That's
you
it.
heard it. And that's what I'm working towards. And I want to be able to do that in as many genres as I can. So it's exciting. Like I said, now we merge and we do the Lovers Rock. I'm back over here in reggae now trying to, show and portray my strong points in this genre
That's it.
and to see everybody's, taking on to it. So yeah, this is also another pivotal moment for me now being able to do what I love, you know what I mean? Just
That's
be
it.
Yeah, yeah,
myself
true.
and just,
That's true.
yeah,
That's true. Enjoy the moment, innit?
yeah, 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 definitely.
So when you're writing a song, right?
Hmm.
When you're writing a song and you're in that space mentally, and
Right.
as you mentioned before, that you will take walks and stuff like that. And then when you
Hmm.
walk, and then you will come up with a meditation and said, all right, this is what the topic is going to be. And then you have to go
Hmm.
home to maybe attend to the kids and the other half and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you incorporate that with your music time?
Oh, that's tonight, man. So what happens is I've been doing this for a long time, and I wish, and that's why I'm working so hard because I want to be able to, I can be able to just, you know what I mean,
Mm.
let that be all I do. But at the end of the day, I incorporate that even within my creativity. You know what I mean? Because when the music I put out, I try to make it as realistic as possible. You know what I mean? So it's real life situation, and I believe that's why people feel so close and connected to the music I put out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know they're like, yeah, man, she's
That's
speaking
it.
my language, or I see this, I see myself in this. So
Ah.
yeah, everything that I do every day, and working. family life and all of that stuff. And, I take time out to when I'm supposed to. I'm trust me, studio, it coming like me sleeping at the studio.
I
You
can
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
imagine.
man, it
But
just tell me
but
about
I
it.
have to, yeah, sleep in at the studio,
Yeah,
and then
man.
worse,
Yeah, man.
no clash I go on. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pure dub vibe. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love it, and when you have a passion for something, and that's something you want to do, I just keep going and going until that can totally take over,
Yeah.
and I can finally like just be like, okay, this is my space, and I don't have to worry about nothing else. You know what I mean? But we soon get there. I feel like I really feel like it. My close.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
reach
yeah,
this
close for
close.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
sure.
mean?
Yeah, man. Oh my days.
Is that what
Yes, I'm
what
just
would be the word for like somebody that's coming up in the music industry? What would you say to them, Because you
right,
already touched on a little bit of what you would say, but you know what I mean? What
right.
inspirational words would you say,
Well, I would tell you this, and I tell everybody this. And I think they're amazed too at how we do business. And because, you know what I mean? And it's a part of everything, being professional and everything. I tell everybody, educate yourself. So a lot of people don't know. I do have 2 degrees within music, audio production and music production.
Wow.
So yeah, so because you want to, especially when you have a gift of doing something and a talent,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
want to, as much as you can, feed into that and make yourself strong in that category.
that's it.
So with music, me and you know this. Like it changes, new things fall in, different ways to do things fall in, and you
Yeah,
want to keep up to date with that. And I tell people, not just like the music part of it, right? Like the
Yeah.
singing and the creating part.
Yeah.
Learn about the business part because what you're doing musically, that's your lineage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's going to be left of you. That's your name.
that's it.
So you need to know how to protect your work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To certify your work.
Mhm.
All those things. You need to learn about that part of the business. A
Yeah.
lot of we think say, oh, we can't just get to my sing song and put out there. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
You,
yeah,
you
yeah.
you know, yeah, you really have to capitalize on learning about the business. I tell
Yeah,
people that all the time. The more you know is the less heartbreaks you'll have within music. You know what I mean? The less disappointments or the less distractions and the less disappointments because you might be signing contracts or doing different things
True.
and not knowing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
that's it.
So I always tell every artist, whether young or old, I mean, none of we don't know everything. So there's always room to grow. You know what I mean? And become better than what you are. And trust me, there's a whole lot in there.
That's it.
A
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
lot,
So true.
So
So true. True.
yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Wow. I'm telling you, this is why. This is why I say like. When an artist is here on the GMPC, we don't do interviews, we do chit chat.
Chitty
Mm.
chat
You
chat.
understand?
Right.
Yeah, and I enjoy the chit chat.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
know you have a very, very, very busy schedule. But
Mhm.
what a pleasure and a joy it
It
is,
really was.
to
Oh
take the
yeah,
time out
I
to,
always enjoy doing this. Stop, take a
yeah,
moment
oh my
to just
days.
share with people the journey, and
Yes, yes, I really
to
love
let them
that.
know who I am. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. And there's so many persons who are asking questions now, and so
Mhm.
many persons who are happy to know that
Right.
we have introduced you to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
don't be surprised if you see that million and followers even turn to
Yeah, man.
trillions.
That's
You
it.
know the ones.
Look, run the numbers up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
it.
we
Run
want.
the
You know what I mean?
numbers up. It's good. And what I admire about you, you're a person who seems to be a very grounded person,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
admire that
yeah.
Yeah.
because when you're grounded, you will move mountains.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, yes,
As they said,
yes. That's so true.
yes, Blue Mountain is what 7,402,000 feet tall, and then you will go maybe 8,000, not even maybe 10,000 feet if Blue, because you understand
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
Jamaica, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
So the mountains is higher than the mountains,
Of course.
and the work
There's
that
no
you're
limit.
doing, no limit,
There's no limit.
No limit.
Let's
no
get it.
Yeah.
limit, no
Let's
limit.
get it. Come on.
But I want you to know that you are the first lady of GMPC Live.
Yes.
What did I
Because
say?
because it's always meals.
Oh no, it's not the first lady. we,
meals. Oh,
no,
second.
no, third.
Oh,
You're the
third.
third lady to Flames. Don't listen to
I'm the
Benson.
third. It's all right.
Yeah, you're the third. But you know, it's always third time lucky.
Oh.
And we've got loads more women
Yeah,
and
yeah.
men that's gonna come on
Yeah,
and do
so-
interviews, and
but
we're so
you're-
excited.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I just want you to know that GMPC is your home.
All right.
And whenever
Yeah, man.
whenever you feel like you wanna have a chit chat, the lines and GMPC is there for you always and forever.
When you touch down in the UK,
thank
yeah,
you.
we are here, Lady
She
the
just
Flames.
left.
You just left, Lady the
Yeah.
Flames.
She
I
just
know.
What the?
I just left up there. I was
Yeah, she
there.
just left.
Oh, big up everybody up there. I mean, had an awesome time.
Oh wow.
Especially the last stop over there in Brixton. You know, big up everybody up there.
Oh,
In Birmingham and all over London. And
there was a festival in
mean?
Brixton, wasn't there?
huh?
Did you go to the festival in Brixton, or did you go to the City
Yeah.
Splash? Did you go City Splash?
No, not City.
Oh,
No,
the,
I didn't go to City Splash.
you
I
went-
wa- yeah.
You went to the what's it called, Lovers Rock one?
The day party. Yeah, I went to that
This
one.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, cool, nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
and that
nice.
was yeah, it was very nice. A couple clips of that is on my page as well.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? Big up everybody in that area there. Trust me, London, like UK is like my second home. Like,
True.
That's nice.
you know what I mean? We soon come back. Don't worry, we soon circle back. You know what I mean?
Yes, man. You have to come
So-
into the studio, man. How you mean?
Yeah, I got to. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, y'all family now. You're
Yes.
part of the movement, and I do appreciate, DJ Benson. I appreciate you for reaching out, of course,
Oh, you mean,
and for sharing your platforms, with me. Definitely big up everybody, every listener, every like, share, and comment. I always say that. I don't even say everybody who knows me know me not say fans. I don't say fans.
No.
I say families or supporters.
That's it.
So that me say, yeah,
Yes.
beer,
Yeah.
love, and
Nice.
blessing every time. And
yeah.
the platform is always yours.
Yes.
And just make
Oh, thank you very much.
make sure that I get my jingle for GMPC Live. Cause them need to hear the jingle. You know
Right.
the funniest thing about it, how the whole concept, like some artists are so skeptic about like jingles and dub plates and stuff. But the dub plates do work. I
Right.
remember last week when Cargo I was playing the 2 times rhythm and playing
Right.
the rhythm, and while playing the rhythm he sent me the dub plate of
Yeah.
and then when I look on his page, I was blown over the top with the amount of views of it. And
Yeah.
how many persons say, I want to get that song and stuff like
Yes,
that.
exactly.
So it do work.
It helps.
And it's not only for us to just say, oh, big up Lady Flames. Let the people
Right.
and the audience hear your name.
That's right.
So
Right.
let them hear your name, and I just want to know that the platform is yours. And enough respect
Right.
to your management and enough respect to you.
Yes.
And continue the
Yeah.
great work that you're doing. Long life, long prosperity, and blessings in everything that you touch may turn platinum. Guy
Oh,
pass
thank
gold
you.
now.
There we
You
go.
understand what I mean?
Oh yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Lady
man.
the
Enough
Flames, man.
respect every time, man.
Enjoy your rest of your evening, man. It was Saturday night.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
thanks for having me.
no,
Thank you.
Saturday.
Yeah.
It's Friday, but it's Friday. Yeah, it's
Friday.
Friday night.
Yeah,
Friday
Friday.
night.
Yeah.
But you
so
guys
enjoy.
are 5 hours ahead, so
Yeah.
man.
what is it, like 1 o'clock there now?
Well, it was about
no,
what,
1:33. I
Oh
think.
yes, 1:30. Yeah, she's not wrong.
No, she not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember I did something living up.
I know.
Are you second home, don't it? Are you second
Yeah.
home? So, man. Big up
Oh,
yourselves
bless
every
you.
time.
Oh,
Big up
thank you,
yourself
Lady
every
the
time.
Flames, man.
And big up all the
Thanks for
people them
having
on the
me.
platform, and big up the people them who sending the messages. But
Yes.
I know if we got you with the messages,
It's
she
we'll
will
be all
lay here
night.
till the morning.
Yeah, we'll be
No.
all night.
So
Yeah.
beer love every time, beer love every
Yeah,
time.
no problem. Thanks for having me. All
I
right. Have
remember
a
my
blessed
Christmas
night.
gift. Remember my Christmas gift, the medley. that is my Christmas gift. You know?
All right,
Enough
darling.
respect every time, And
All
enough
right,
respect
later,
to the
okay.
management. Management. Big up
you.
yourself every time.
Okay,
Take
thank
care.
you.
Manners and respect, Lady Flames every time. And not lie. What a thing, what a thing. I think me have to go, not even think. Me have to go play back that song here, because that song here by Lady Flames, it's absolutely crazy. I think we need to play back that song here. New and everything good. What a chit chat it was, because you don't know, we know the interview. to all the GMPC family. We look at ourselves every time. It has been a blessing. Shut up about that phone here, you know? Yeah, man. It's been a blessings and a joy always. If you touch base with the artists, them, you swear me I say. And remember, everybody just go out on each and every platform and support the artists. Lady Flames. Lady D Flames. Cause we have to support who support we, you know. And that we have to do in a new band, cause a lot of times we take life so simple, because sometimes you try to even reach out to some artists and them going like, oh, your platform not recognize and all them something there. You understand? So me no reach out to no artist where anytime an artist say, when me say give me a chit chat and you know want to do it, me just delete them from my playlist. I swear. You get what I mean? So big respect. And all like DJs, them, anybody who want Lady Flames music that you don't have, just message me and I will send on the songs them. You understand what I mean? Enough respect to all like GMPC live DJ them who always a play artist song and be a love Nubian. Enough respect, you don't know it what a hustle and a bustle it has been to make sure it's the interview we are going and me give thanks and praises said go on, you know. And more strength and more power, you know. We just have to go and bounce off couple Lady Flames, you know, song and then you don't know. We not gonna even rush, we are gonna keep the 19 of that same mood there. Yes, what I say? Be a blessings every time. You understand?